For this interview, I'm just going to have you describe and discuss a few ways that your family has most affected you and your outlook on the world, for the better or the worse. So, to start off, can you tell me about your family structure? So, basically, just describe what your family looks like how many people and stuff.
Do you want both families, or do you just want the one?
I guess both would probably be good.
Yeah. I mean, I can start from the beginning if that's what you need.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So my biological parents, my mom had me at 16, my dad was 17. My dad's mom, so my grandma, interacted with my mom than my biological dad, because she wanted to spend time with me and everything, but he wanted nothing to do with me, so that was trauma number one.
So that was your biological parents, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is my biological side, and then my biological grandma took my biological mom to a party while she was pregnant, and so that's how my parents met them. Through family friends. And so then my parents adopted me pretty much as soon as my mom gave birth. They had all the paperwork and everything, so then they took me home, and that was it.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I have 2 half-brothers because my dad was married before my mom and had my brothers with her.
Okay.
They got divorced, and then he married my mom.
Okay. How much interaction did you have with either parent?
I mean, my biological ones, I've never had any contact with them. My grandma, yes, but not my parents.
Okay.
And then, I mean, my actual parents I talk to every day, so.
Is there any difference in, the interaction you had or have with your dad versus your mom?
Yes.
Yeah?
Me and my dad are very similar, so we butt heads probably with literally everything we say. It's, super bad. We get to the point where we, don't speak to each other for multiple days. And because I have to teach him that he can't say certain things because he's a child. But my mom, she's just very hard on me when it comes to a lot of things. She expects a lot of me. And, I think it's just different in that concept because I used to be able to go to my dad, but now I go towards my mom.
Okay.
So it's definitely changed a lot throughout the years.
Okay. So it's kind of gone back and forth between which one. Okay, that makes sense. Is there anything about your upbringing that you would like to replicate in the future for your own children? So anything good that you would like to replicate?
I mean, in all honesty, I think my parents kind of let me do my own thing when I was in high school and make my own choices and bad choices.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something that I would reflect on to my own family because I feel that's just the best way to learn things.
Is there anything you absolutely do not want to replicate about your childhood?
I do not want to keep my child away from other people. Like, they didn't necessarily keep me away from people, but they never, like, put me in sports. They never, like, put me in, like, clubs that, like,
so, like,
I would want to do.
Like, socialization?
Yeah.
Kind of? Okay. How, you can say this in, like, any aspect, how has trauma from your past life affected your present life?
I mean, it affects me literally every day. It's probably not the same as to where, like, somebody obviously knowing their parent and still being adopted and everything. But it's kind of like that question that you always live with, like, if it was a different time, like, would I still be living with them? Like, it's like those things that kind of affect me.
Yeah.
And then it's also just, like, not knowing them at all is really effective when I think about that stuff.
Is there any way, or I guess not is there any way, but do you think that has impacted your own identity and your life outcomes? Like your family and your upbringing?
I think it has, just because it's kind of made me grow up a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Like, I had to navigate my parents not being my birth parents. And, like, some people just don't understand that,
yeah.
I think. And it's kind of that back and forth between that stuff.
Did you, you said that you'd never had any contact with your birth parents, right?
Yeah. But
so,
I've had contact with my birth dad's mom.
Oh, okay.
Grandma.
So did you always know that you were adopted, or was that something that, like, you found out later?
No, I found out when I was in 5th grade, going into 6th grade, so I think the summer.
Oh, okay.
But she had always been around and, like, brought me presents on my birthday, but I never understood why. Because they would be these extravagant gifts, and I thought she was just, like, a family friend, and then I found out that she was actually my grandma. So it was kind of weird in that sense, too.
Okay. Do you still talk to her?
I mean, not as much as I used to, but I don't really, like, interact with that side of my family because I don't feel the need to. Like, I have no urge to, like, contact them or anything.
Okay. I see. Is there anything else that you feel would add to this, or that you could say that would add to this? Or you think you said about everything? Ooh.
I mean, I think personally, like, a lot of people just don't understand. Like, I feel like a lot of kids that are adopted and how that can affect them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, highlighting on them and, like, having interviews like this and stuff like that is really good.
Yeah.
Just to, like, see different interactions and, like, experiences from kids or adults that have been adopted, so.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
But that's really it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.